O my Lord, by your own will, you appear in the various species of living entities, among animals lower than human beings, as well as among the demigods, to perform your transcendental pastimes. You are not affected by material contamination. You come just to fulfill the obligations of your own principles of religion, and therefore, O Supreme Personality, I offer my obeisance unto you for manifesting such different forms. This is Krishna's great kindness upon us. He appears in many, many forms to attract us back to his transcendental abode. Actually, we are not citizens of this material world. We are right now strangers in a strange land. We may think this is home. They have that saying, home sweet home. But actually this is not our home. Our home is not in Austin or Kaunas, Lithuania, or Moscow or London. This is not our home. Our actual home is with Krishna and his transcendental pastimes. We're all originally there with Krishna in his original form, one of his expanded forms, having an intimate, loving relationship with him and all of his devotees. But due to a foolish misuse of our independence, you see, we threw it all away. We threw that wonderful existence, we just threw it away. Can you imagine how foolish we were? We were there with Krishna, Supreme Lord, having wonderful, intimate, loving relationships. And we just threw it away and rejected it. You see. We tried to become separate from Krishna. Actually, we cannot be separate from Krishna. It's impossible. Krishna is the very source of our existence. He's the very maintenance of our existence. Krishna is sustaining us, our existence at every minute, by his sweet will that we exist. Why is he doing this? Why is he manifesting an infinite number of living entities from himself at every moment? Because he wants loving relationship. Why do we have a tendency to want loving relationships? Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Since Krishna has that innate desire to have loving relationships, we being part of him are qualitatively one with him, and we also desire loving relationships. The difficulty is in the material world, everybody is out to exploit everybody else, and there's no genuine loving relationships. Therefore, everybody in this material world is frustrated, they're bewildered, they're confused, they're unhappy. They may think themselves happy, but actually in the end they're miserable, they're totally miserable. The Yamadutas come, they grab them out of their bodies at the time of death and take them down to a lower species, where they suffer like anything. So we are very fortunate that his divine grace, Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajrakacharja Astatarasadasi Shimad, his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tri Dandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, has come to the Western countries to make this knowledge available to us. We're drowning in the ocean of nations. He has come to make this knowledge available to us so that we can become actually happy and satisfied. So the whole basis of Krishna consciousness is loving relationships. Your loving relationship with Krishna, and as Krishna says, Ye me bhakti jana partha, na me bhakti sate janaha, mad bhakchananti ye bhakta, te me bhakti tamamata. My relationship not only with Krishna, but my relationship with the devotees of Krishna. This is the big problem we have in ISKCON. We are neophyte devotees, and oftentimes we don't have good relationships. Even in our marriages, sometimes we see there's divorce, there's all kinds of dissatisfaction, and devotees are not satisfied with their relationships. So this is actually a very crucial thing, that we perfect our relationship with devotees, because Krishna says, unless you love my devotees, you can't love me. So we should take as the topmost priority having loving relationships with the devotees. If I'm married, I should have a very good relationship with my spouse. There's no question of divorce in Vedic culture. Unfortunately, in ISKCON, so many divorces are there. This is completely against Vedic culture. It's not Krishna conscious to have a divorce. It's violating from the principles of Krishna consciousness to have a divorce. So Krishna consciousness means whatever difficulties you have in your relationship, you work those out so that your relationship becomes perfect and sweet. Okay. One of my godbrothers, his name was Tejas Prabhu. He was there in India with Prabhupada during the early days of ISKCON. There's just a small handful of devotees, and it was very intimate. Prabhupada, they had all that access to Prabhupada. They could talk with him. He was they could be very close with Prabhupada. He was in India, it was very intimate with Prabhupada and the disciples. So there were all these fights between Tejas and Tejasini, and she would go away. You see. She would go away, I can't stand this husband, he's no good. This husband's driving me crazy. She would go away, I can't stand this husband, So Prabhupada said, what's the difficulty with your wife, Tejas? He said, Prabhupada, she doesn't do what I say. And Prabhupada said, if she doesn't do what you say, you should do what she says. And this way you have good relationship. So this is a very good advice I give to all especially my Grihastha disciples. We're having conflicts. I can't stand my husband. I can't get along with my wife. Or blah, 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 blah. Just remember what Prabhupada said. If the spouse doesn't do what you say, then you should do what the spouse says.
So sometimes,
unless they say, "Let me have illicit sex" or something like that. Not to violate the principles, of course. But within the principles of Krishna consciousness, you should follow. You should be very cooperative. Not only husband and wife, brahmacharis together, the brahmachari ashram. You see, same principle. Brahmacharinis and the brahmacharini ashram. In this way. And we have to, it's very, very essential we learn how to have first-class, loving relationships with our godbrothers, godsisters, husbands, wives, guru, disciples. ISKCON is a network of relationships. If we don't have good relationships, it's not ISKCON, it's miskon. Missing the boat, you see, back to Godhead. So let's not make ISKCON miskon by having bad relationships. Let's make ISKCON truly ISKCON by having loving relationships. And how do you have them? Described in the Upadeshamrita. I can never forget, when I was a new devotee, the temple president came down here to Austin from Dallas. We were out in the park. And I never forget, he said, loving devotees is not right. You should only love Krishna. And I was going, what? How could that be wrong to love the devotees? You're only supposed to love Krishna. It didn't make sense. But I was just a new devotee. He was a Brahmin. I couldn't say anything. But I remembered them. It went with me for years that he said that. But then a new book came out called Upadeshamrita, the Nectar of Instruction. And in that book there's a verse about the loving exchanges between the devotees. I knew I was right. You are supposed to love the devotees. You see. So the whole verse telling you how to love the devotees. You offer your obeisances to the devotees. You accept their obeisances and they offer obeisances to you. You reveal your mind to devotees. You hear when you open your heart up and they want to reveal their mind to you. In other words, there's no secrets. You open up your heart and reveal what you're feeling to devotees. Of course, not if you're offended, you check it, but I'm saying you learn how to open your heart up and be honest with the devotees. And you open and you're willing to hear when they open up to be honest with you also. And the other thing, you give prasad to the devotees. And if the devotee bring you prasad, you accept it. So in this way, you have to learn how to follow Rupa Goswami and have loving relationships with your husband, your wife, your kids, your parents, your disciples, your guru, your godbrothers, your godsisters. In this way, I can tell you this. The whole world is starving for love. Genuine love. They sing about it all the time. I love you, she loves you, yeah, but it's all just fight. Genuine love is missing in the world, you see. People are starved for genuine love and they're not getting it. They're starved for it, you see. So this is the mission in ISKCON. We have to learn how to have perfect loving relations with each other, with husbands, wives, disciples, guru, God brothers, God sisters, God mothers, God uncles, God nephews, God aunts, God nieces. In this way, we have to have a whole, I can guarantee you this, if we have a wonderful network within ISKCON of loving relationships, then we will actually be able to make the whole world Krishna conscious. Because the whole world is starved for genuine love. They're starved for it. You see? There's like one person, he was relating when he was a 60-year-old kid. His father said, "Son, Mom and your mother and I are getting a divorce because we don't love each other." He was shocked. The poor 60-year-old kid. At 6 years old, he was thinking, they don't love me, they don't love each other, they don't love me. He went through years of difficulty and torment because of a lack of loving relationship from his parents. So this is absolutely essential. If we are going to do our duty of making the world Krishna conscious, we just have to bite the bullet. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're so proud and we're puffed up, we don't want to hear what our spouse has to say, or our spouse doesn't hear what we want to have to say, or our God brother, or God sister. We're so puffy. They say puffy duffy, right? Puffy duffy, puffy duffy das, puffy duffy dasi. We're so damn puffed up, we don't want to hear. But actually, we have to learn. Chanadapi sanichena, tararapi sahishnena, amanina madadena kirtaniya sadahari. If you want to be able, see, there's a little benefit here. If you want to be able to actually relish the name Krishna, 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 you can't do it unless you have proper relationships with devotees. You see? Krishna says, unless you're the devotee, my devotee, ye me bhakti jana partha, na me bhakti sate janaha, mad bhaksananda ye bhakta, te me bhakti tamamata, my dear Arjuna, unless you are the devotee of my devotee, you cannot be my devotee. You see? Well, I'm the devotee of my group. I don't know about my husband or my wife. You see? No, you have to have nice devotional relationships with every single devotee. You see, especially those you're working with every day, your spouse, your God brothers, God sisters in the ashram, or in your temple. You especially have to have very good working relationships. Devotees you're associating with every day. Very open-hearted, good relationships. It's very important. The fact is, and some devotees don't believe this. Some devotees don't believe it. But you know what Prabhupada told us in Mayapur on the 1st of April, 1975? You know what he told us? I'll give you the exact quote. He said, if you can propagate Krishna consciousness constantly, then by spreading this Krishna consciousness movement, you can make the whole world Krishna conscious, and then it will be Vaikuntha. Can you imagine turning this into a spiritual planet? So therefore, at every minute we should be thinking, I must be cultivating Krishna consciousness and spreading Krishna consciousness. Now someone thinks, well, I don't really want to spread it, I just want to cultivate it. Well, I don't want to spread it, I just want to cultivate it for myself. But you know what? Spreading it is cultivating in the highest, most powerful way, because Lord Chaitanya said, Jadi dekatahaikaha Krishna upadeshamara gaya guru hoyutare desh. Whomever you meet, instruct them in the teachings of Krishna in this way, and my order, you become a guru, deliver the people of this world. So, is obeying Lord Chaitanya's order cultivating your own Krishna consciousness or not? By following Lord Chaitanya's order, you are cultivating your own Krishna consciousness. So therefore, one who embraces the world deliverance mission, my duty is to make the whole world Krishna conscious. You see, that's how you cultivate Krishna consciousness in your own heart in the most powerful way. How can I use my talents, my abilities, to make the whole world Krishna conscious? You see, every devotee should think like that. Every devotee should think how to make the whole world Krishna conscious. You say, well, isn't that puffed up? Think about making the whole world Krishna conscious. You know what Prabhupada told me? I asked him about this. Can one aspire like that? To make the world Krishna conscious? Prabhupada said it's a spiritual desire. He personally wrote me a letter. He said it's a spiritual desire and one to aspire to make the whole world Krishna conscious. So if every devotee in this movement is thinking, what can I do for becoming a pure devotee, and what can I do for making the whole world Krishna conscious, at every minute let me cultivate that attitude. how can I be actually be absolutely pure, and how can I do the most possible to spread this movement and make devotees here, there, and everywhere. If you cultivate this mood and carry it with you within your heart, even if you're a worker in a corporation, you can bring prasadam. It's like I was working at MCI Telephone Company years ago. It's a part-time employee there. I would bring prasadam and put it in the break room. You see cookies. Pass out prasadam cookies in the break room. And I started wearing tilak to work also. And my boss really liked it because I did more sales when I was wearing tilak. So the point is, take every opportunity to awaken your Krishna consciousness, whatever your ashram, whether you're a sannyasi, a brahmachari, a brahmacharini, a householder, a vanaprastha, a vanaprasthi, whatever you are, whatever your position is, do everything you possibly can at every minute to awaken your Krishna consciousness and to make the world Krishna conscious. Make that your meditation. And I guarantee you, Krishna will become your personal property. Krishna will become yours. When you become totally the property of Krishna, then Krishna becomes totally your property. You see? So, in this way, try to understand this process. Try to perfect it. Every devotee should be a perfectionist. If I'm making the garlands, let me try to make them perfectly. If I'm cooking the breakfast offering, let me try to do it perfectly. I'm preaching myself now, correcting myself for my rushing to the breakfast offering too often. Everything we do should be perfect. If I'm giving a lecture, I should try to perfect the art of giving a lecture. If I'm hearing a lecture, I should try to perfect my art of hearing. Devotees should be absolute perfectionists in everything. My japa, my tilak, how I put on my dhoti, my sari, my relationship with my spouse, my relationship with my temple president, relationship with my guru, relationship with my GBC. You see, we should be perfectionists in everything. Because we're trying to please Krishna. And Krishna is unlimitedly pleased if we fully dovetail ourselves in His service. That our every thought, our every word, our every deed in all times, places, and circumstances for His pleasure, and for the pleasure of my spiritual master, and for the pleasure of the devotees. In this way, we have to train ourselves. We have to beat our rascal mind with shoes. You rascal mind, just shut up. You damn rascal mind, shut up. Don't give me any more nonsense, you rascal mind. You just shut up. I'm sick and tired of you rascal mind. You rascal mind, you have kept me entangled in the cycle of birth and death for thousands and millions of lifetimes. I've been a dancing dog to you, and you've kept me in this entangled here in karma chakra for millions of lifetimes, suffering like anything. Birth, death, old age, and disease. So mine, it's over. Our love affair is over. Now you do what I say. I'm no longer a dancing dog in your hands. Now you are to become a tool in my hands, mind. Now you are a tool in my hands. I will now engage you 24/7 in the service of Krishna. Do you understand, mind? That is your position now. You see? You may say, is that insane to talk to your mind like that? You may say, is this crazy to talk to your mind? Do you need to go to a psychiatrist? You're talking to your mind? Well, wait a minute. One of our great Vaishnava acharyas, he has that song. Vajahure mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindam. My dear mind, please engage yourself in the devotional service of the divine son of Nanda Maharaj, Nandanandana. So we learn from our acharyas that one can address one's mind. One can take the mind and engage it in Krishna's service. Okay, mind. Now today, my dear mind, today we will be Krishna conscious. Today we will not let any dirt in. No lust, no anger, no greed, no madness, no illusion. Okay, mind, you got the agenda? That's the agenda today, my dear mind. No lust, no anger, no greed, no madness, illusion, and greed. You know what is stated? By one of the There's a saying, if you can conquer your mind, you can conquer the whole world. You see? It's a powerful thing. If you can, it's actually stated like that. If you can conquer your mind, you can conquer the whole world. So that means a preacher, if he can totally conquer his mind, he can attract the whole world to Krishna. Or a Vaishnava singer also, you see. Who totally conquers the mind can actually attract the whole world to Krishna conscious music. You see. So we should take very, very seriously the conquering our minds. Take it very, very seriously. Let me bring my mind totally, completely under control. Absolutely under control. Because by doing so, then Krishna can empower me unlimitedly for spreading this Krishna consciousness movement. You know what's in the way of being empowered? Those damn minds of ours. The mind stands in the way of our being empowered. You know what Prabhupada said? This is a very powerful statement in Prabhupada's book. A Krishna conscious being, are we supposed to be Krishna conscious beings? What do y'all have to say? Are we supposed to be Krishna conscious beings? Vajkashara Das Brahmachari confirms we are supposed to be Krishna conscious beings. After all, we're members of what movement? The Krishna conscious movement. So that means as members of the Krishna conscious movement, we are supposed to be Krishna conscious, right?
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer, as they say. Okay. So what does it mean to be Krishna conscious? Prabhupada says, listen to this carefully, a Krishna conscious being is always thinking and planning how to deliver the entire suffering humanity back to home, back to Godhead. That's the definition of someone who's actually Krishna conscious. So am I Krishna conscious? No, not yet. Because I'm thinking about my eating, sleeping, meeting, and defending. If I'm actually a Krishna conscious devotee, then every minute my heart is burning to see the suffering souls of this world caught up in life and death. It's burning. Mataji says she is not Krishna conscious. If she is not Krishna conscious, what is my position? I'm even worse than not being Krishna conscious.
I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't think so much others.
So the point is, if we are actually Krishna conscious, our heart is burning with the desire to deliver the fallen souls. Every minute, our heart is burning with compassion to deliver the fallen souls of this material existence back to home, back to Godhead. So we have to learn that mood from our great acharyas. We have to learn this mood from the great acharyas. They are there to teach us by their example and by their word. These great acharyas, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, His Divine Grace Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have to learn from these great acharyas. Lord Brahmaji also. We have to learn from these great acharyas. Narad Muni. We have to learn from them how to be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness for our own self, and how to be fully absorbed in making the whole world Krishna conscious with our every thought, word, and deed, in every single situation. Even when you're in the shower, you should be thinking, how can I be a pure devotee, and how can I make the whole world Krishna conscious? That meditation, every devotee, and especially my disciples, I'm telling you, you should always be thinking, how can I be the pure devotee, and how can I make the whole world Krishna conscious? That should be your meditation every minute. How can I be a pure devotee, and how can I make this whole world Krishna conscious? You see? That should be your constant meditation in every situation. Because that's what it means. Bahir Nishinga Hridayi Nishinga. We sing it every morning. Is it on the lips only? Bahir Nishinga Hridayi Nishinga. Is it lips only? Or we sing it from our hearts? You know what Prabhupada, if we're singing from our hearts, Prabhupada told us what it means. May Lord Nrsingadev dwell within my heart, killing all my bad propensities, so that my mind becomes completely clean and I can bring peace to the entire world. I'm praying that I can be an instrument for making the whole world Krishna conscious if I'm actually chanting the Nrsinga prayers in the right mood. I'm praying that I can be a pure devotee who is empowered to make the whole world Krishna conscious That is what we should be, that's the proper way of saying the Nishinga prayers every morning. Do we do that, or is it just like, nothing, nothing, get it over with so I go sleep? You see what I mean? Don't take this process mechanically. See? Don't take it mechanically. Take it as a loving exchange between you and the Supreme Person who is the source of your existence. Take it as a loving relationship between you and Krishna through the medium of your spiritual master. Take it in that way. And you'll become qualified to see Krishna face to face at every minute. Wherever you are, in America, in Lithuania, in India. You can actually directly experience Krishna at every minute. Krishna is so amazing. It's so amazing. And you can be in direct contact at every minute if you embrace this process in your heart and mind. Advaitamachitamada manantarupam manyam piranna purisham navayovanamsha Vedeshu durlamamadulamamapapakto govindamani purisham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure and unlimited devotion of the soul, who is without a second, whose form is not subject to decay, who is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, the eternal Purusha, yet he is a person possessing the beauty of a blooming youth. Can you imagine that person? You can actually be in direct touch with that person, relishing intimate, loving rasa with him at every minute, for all of eternity. And that can begin right here, right now. You don't have to wait to go back to Godhead. You can, if you embrace pure bhakti right here, right now, that intimate, loving relationship with Krishna, you will become re-established. You'll be swimming in an ocean of pure bliss, and you can make the whole world Krishna conscious. So, questions. We got some on the internet. Guru Maharaji's question first, okay?
The question is this. We cannot think about preaching, but constantly one is just engaged in the service, there is no time for thinking about preaching.
Well, if you're engaged, but
so are they Krishna conscious or not?
If your service should be part of the preaching. Just like here, you're liking the garland, that's certainly part of the preaching. If you make,
so I'm not thinking about that I have to make the whole world Krishna conscious. If
you can string this garland in such a way that Krishna is unlimitedly pleased, and anybody who comes to this temple, our hearts will melt to see how beautiful the deities are decorated, and you're in the right mood.
So there one does not have to constantly think that they're going to go out and preach. Am I correct?
Prabhupada said there is no more portion of the majority of the deities. So he worships the deity so nicely that his heart melts in love of God. Anybody who comes to see that deity worship, their heart will also melt. That's also preaching.
There is a situation when there is, like an example, in a husband and wife situation.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like there's no feelings between each other, and you hesitate to.
That's all right.
And you hesitate to.
You act out of duty. Feelings may be there or not be there. Just one should always act out of duty, whether the feeling is there or not.
The thing is that when sometimes I'm thinking that, I will do for my husband everything.
You do what?
I'm thinking sometimes that, okay, from now I will be humble, I will do everything what I can do for duty because I love him. And then when I'm doing, when it's selfish. But when I'm not getting back, then I'm thinking, okay, maybe I will be like scripture, false like that from him, and I will not do anything, and just we will live together. But I don't know how to say it. Continue. When sometimes I'm thinking that okay, I will be humble and I will be with him like.
The thing is, humble is half of the equation, but we're preachers also. Maybe sometimes you should be instructive also and give him some training. See what I'm saying? Not that you just be like the disciple and he's the guru and just be totally humble. He may he may need to be trained by you also. He has to be humble to you also. You see, it's two ways.
Like Prabhupada said, can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhupada said, man, woman, husband, wife, whatever it is, center is Krishna.
Yeah.
Not that I'm husband and I'm the Lord and the wife is my servant or slave. No.
Right.
Krishna is the center.
Yeah.
But then other like devotees saying like
Devotees saying
that or I'm thinking sometimes by myself that if I would have another marriage and it would be more happier, then it would be more better to serve Krishna. But it's not.
It's called the cow thing and the grass is greening at this side of the fence. The old cow mentality.
It's mine, yeah. Just mine.
It's the mind playing tricks with you.
mine and some rascal devotees also help.
Some rascal devotees, some devotees that do divorces even. This is a very bad example for this
Sometimes I think you're so young, so, if you would be like 50 years, it should be like you should be getting married.
This is what is the difference between Kami.
Divorce is forbidden in Vedic culture. I don't know why anybody who has divorced out of lust, because they're lusty. They're overcome by lusty desires. There's no such thing as divorce in Vedic culture. It doesn't even exist. It's a modern invention of the Kali Yuga. Vedic culture means there's no such thing as divorce. So one says, okay, by Krishna's arrangement, here I'm in this relationship. Now let me make it perfect for Guru and Krishna's pleasure. Is it always rosy? No. Or there are thorns sometimes on the rose. A lot of thorns on the rose, isn't it? The most beautiful flower has thorns all over it also. So any relationship, you have the rosy aspect and the thorny aspect. You have to just take this as your tapa, your austerity, to purify your consciousness. And it's not that you just have to always be humble. If your husband is doing something that's not Krishna conscious, you should train him up. You see? He should be the guru for you when you're in Maya, and you should be the guru for him when he's in Maya. It goes both ways. You see? In Vedic culture, the husband was the guru and the wife is like a disciple, but this is Kali Yuga. Our men aren't that qualified anymore to take that position. Our men are also very lusty, greedy, lazy, unfortunate fellows. So you can't be like, you shouldn't treat your husband like in Vedic culture. You have to be his guru sometimes and train him up. It goes both ways. You train him, he trains you, and this way you work together to help each other become pure devotees. That's the proper relationship. You try to be humble and take him like guru, that can lead to problems. If he's off the track, you have to be heavy and train him. Sometimes I point out things to Guru Mata, sometimes she points out things to me. It's a reciprocal relationship. She does it with me a lot. She came from a pious Hindu family, I came from the hippie culture. So she gets trained, I get a lot of training from her, and it's mercy. I get a lot of training from her. Mercy. So sometimes you be the guru, you be the guru, like your husband's like the disciple, sometimes the husband's like the guru and you're like the disciple. It has to be reciprocal. It's dynamic. It's not static, it's ecstatic relationship. You see, when your husband needs some training, you should tell him, Prabhu, this isn't right what you're doing. This isn't the right attitude. You shouldn't be talking like this. And you should be humble also when he trains you, and maybe you're doing something wrong. You see. So in this way, it should be it's called a symbiotic relationship. That, you're mutually beneficial for each other. That's how you should make your relationship. And you're both very nice disciples of mine. Both of you are very nice disciples. Both of you are very dear to my heart. So you should, whatever conflicts there are, you work them together, work them out for my pleasure and for Guru's pleasure, and for Krishna's pleasure, and for Guru Mataji's pleasure.
No.
You see, in this way, take it as a duty. This is part of your tapasya. To perfect your marriage relationship. It's part of your austerity for becoming Krishna's pure devotee. You take it in this way. Here's one way to think about it. What if my spouse were to leave he just went out to the grocery store. What happens if he has a traffic accident and he was killed and I never saw him ever again? It happens all the time. People die in the car wreck. What if he went out and I'll never see him ever again? How would I think about him? How would I think about our relationship? That's one way to help you come. Detach yourself from, just think if he was dead and gone right now, how would I remember him? How would I treasure those thoughts of our relationship? That's very helpful also. Because one day he will be dead and gone. So you should train yourself now, you see, how to see him in the most positive, transcendental way, in spite of his faults. We all have our faults. I have my faults, you have your faults. You see, we have our faults. That's understood. But you have to train yourself to see him in the best, from Shastric vision. Don't see through your own emotion, see through the vision of Shastra. That's the key. And how do you do that? Read the books regularly. See your husband through the eyes of Shastra. Or I see your mother through the eyes of Shastra. Most of the time, sometimes I slip a little bit.
Yeah.
Now she's reminding me we're going over time, and I'm surrendering.
There's so many consequences here.
So in this way, if there's any difficulty, you can always write me as well. I'm here. I'm a marriage counselor. Gurma's also a marriage counselor. So feel free. If you need help in your relationship, just let us know. We're going to give you, we'll bap you on the head with a pair of scissors or something to bring you to your senses. So we'll stop here. And we thank everyone. Let's see if there's any last questions on the internet, and then we'll finish those up and that'll be gone. Okay, Amo Purana. No more questions on the internet. Srila Gurudev, we are not able to constantly think to become pure devotees and make the whole world Krishna consciousness. How to reach this level? Well, pray to Krishna you can come and achieve that mentality. We're not there yet. Obviously, if you think about our eating, sleeping, mating, ascending, let's admit it, we're caught up in the tongue and all these things. So what we have to do, as much as possible, is beg Krishna, please don't we come to this mentality. So there's a special prayer to help you come to this mental state. Does everybody know that prayer? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Bhargavi. What is the proper way and mood to read Prabhupada's books? As a humble disciple. I'm a follower, I'm a disciple or a grand disciple of Prabhupada. He is my authority. He's the authority of ISKCON. Let me take his teachings deep in my heart and make them my very life and soul. And that way you should read the books. Now the last question, no more. I'm afraid of what my heart feeling I don't know how to speak in front of singing devotees. What should I do? Do it. Do it. Do it anyway and you'll learn the art. Thank you everyone. Tune in. We love you. May you all become Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.